Hi there, I am Ismail from Explore the Earth, and this is going to be the best travel guide on the internet for Chikmagalur, and I am going to give it to you in under 10 minutes, or at least I am going to try. By the end of this video, you will have all the information about the best stays, places to visit, bike rentals, best places to eat, and so much more. So make sure you watch it till the end and let's get right into it. So Chikmagalur is a town tucked deep into the Western Ghats of Karnataka. It lies about 150 to 200 kilometers from many major cities like Mysore, Bangalore, Davangere, but the most popular would be Bangalore, which is about 240 kilometers or 5 hours away. Chikmagalur is an all-year-round destination, so you can visit any time of the year without a worry. However, the best time to visit would be post-monsoons and the winters. That's ideally September to around March. Now there is no railway station here, and the nearest one is in Kaddur, which is 40 kilometers away. You can find a lot of private and government buses from all major cities going to Chikmagalur. Bangalore would probably be the nearest major airport, which would be about 3 hours away. The roads are pretty good, so you can reach by driving your own car or renting a taxi from any of the major towns nearby. Right, now let me tell you what Chikmagalur has to offer and what are the best spots to visit. Now number one would be Mullayanagiri Peak, which is the highest peak of Karnataka. It is situated at 1925 meters and there is a small temple at the top. You can drive your car almost all the way to the top of this peak. You only need to climb about 460 steps to enjoy the vast panoramic views of the rolling Western Ghats all around you from the top. Number 2 is Jhari Falls. It's another popular spot that almost everyone in Chikmagalur visits. Jhari Falls is also known as the Buttermilk Falls for its white splashing waters falling into a small pool at the bottom. You need to walk about 2 kilometers from the parking spot on a dirt trail to reach this beautiful waterfall surrounded by lush greenery. You can have a great time swimming under the waterfall. However, it can be a little crowded during peak seasons, so try visiting early mornings to skip the crowd. The falls are in their full glory during monsoons, so you need to be careful of slippery rocks and the wet mud. Number 3 on the list is Baba Budangiri. This is another peak just nearby Mullayanagiri Peak. The peak houses the shrine of Baba Budangiri, the Sufi saint who is known to have brought coffee to India from Arabia in the 17th century. It also has the shrine of Dattatreya, an incarnation of Shiva. You can reach all the way to the top via your vehicle. The peak has a viewpoint and a small waterfall called Manikyadhara, which a lot of people often visit. You'll find a lot of pilgrims, vendors selling street food and handicrafts over here. There are some beautiful viewpoints across the top, so you can enjoy a nice short hike in any of these surrounding peaks. There is also a 9-kilometer trek from Baba Budangiri all the way to the Mullayanagiri Peak, the trail for which you can spot on Google Maps satellite view. However, since we have not personally done this trek, I'll advise you to be extra careful and well prepared if you're thinking of even attempting this. Now number 4 on the list is the Hirekolale lake. This is a man-made lake about 10 kilometers from Chikmagalur town, sitting in the foothills of the Mullayanagiri range. This spot is the ultimate place to enjoy a sunset when in Chikmagalur. The vibe is just perfect with the sun setting behind the lake right in front of you. Now you can cover all these 4 spots in one single day if you start early, and that's exactly what we did on our Chikmagalur trip. So you can get a better on-ground experience of all these places from our vlog, which you can tap here and just go and enjoy. Now there are 5 more spots in Chikmagalur which are equally amazing and not even this popular. But before I move on to them, I want to give you some more helpful information like how to go around Chikmagalur. So Chikmagalur is a small town and some of the places are at least 20 kilometers or more away from the town. Now it does not have any well-connected public transport system or frequent buses that can take you to all of the spots. So you are going to need a ride that can take you to all these spots. So here are the 3 options that you have. The first one is that you drive your own car or bike from any of these nearby towns and cities. But you should do this only if you are comfortable driving on narrow hilly roads, and a lot of these roads need good skills to maneuver. Number 2 is rent a full day taxi either from any of the nearby towns or from the Chikmagalur town itself. The rates for taxis from Chikmagalur town are about 2,500, but they also vary depending on the season. But I'm leaving some numbers on the screen that you can contact for renting a full day taxi when in Chikmagalur. And the third option that you have is rent a scooter or a bike from the Chikmagalur town itself. The rates are again seasonal, but an Activa on an average day would usually cost you about Rs 500. Again, leaving some numbers and contact details on the screen from which you can get a rental bike in Chikmagalur. Now you need to be very careful riding your bikes or scooters on these hilly roads. Always make sure to wear the helmet and be responsible. Before jumping back to the spots to visit, let me also tell you about the places that you could stay when in Chikmagalur. This place has no shortage of properties and stays, and one Google search will overwhelm you with the options that you have. So let me help out and recommend a few that I think you can consider. Now the first two options that I'm about to give you are a perfect mix of good location, good facilities and good pricing. So the first one is called Mountain Valley Homestay. This is located near the Chikmagalur town itself, and it's a perfect mix of boutique hotel and a cozy homestay. They have beautiful landscape garden with nice cozy rooms of different sizes. The food was delicious, the staff was wonderful, and the entire place is maintained very well. The second one is called Coffee Paradise Homestay, which is located in the middle of a coffee plantation. This is about 20 kilometers away from the town, and they only have limited number of cottages with different combinations for beds. It's a serene experience to stay amidst the greenery with all the comforts. They have some adventure activities too to keep yourself entertained. Both these properties would cost you around 2500 to 3500 rupees per night per room. And again, the rates are seasonal and depends on the number of people you are traveling with. Now, if you're traveling on a very tight budget, you can consider these hostels in Chikmagaluru that are about 500 to 700 for a dorm bed. The first one is called Tripper Chikmagaluru and the second one is called Commune 18 Chikmagaluru. And if you want something really unique and ultra high-end luxurious, then you can check out these resorts. Bird's Eye Nest, they have an A-frame house and geodesic domes, or check out Gateway Chikmagalur and Hirayat Villa. So we had stayed at both the properties Mountain Villa and Coffee Paradise on our trip to Chikmagalur. So you can get a detailed property tour of either of these from our vlogs linked here or in the description. And believe me, both these properties are worth the value. Okay, so now if you're still with me, let me take you back to the 5 more spots that you could visit in Chikmagalur. So spot number 5 is actually a combination of 3 spots that you could visit at one go. Now these 3 are a fair distance away from the Chikmagaluru town. So the 5th is called Krishna Rajendra Botanical Garden, and as the name suggests, it's a botanical garden surrounded by Western Ghats and some magnificent views all around. The 6th would be Z Point Trek, which is a short hike on the hills near the botanical garden. It's a wonderful experience with some breathtaking views from the trail. And you also come across the 7th spot while on the Z Point Trek, which is a small waterfall called Shanti Waterfall. Now number 8 is my personal favorite spot of Chikmagaluru, and it's probably one of the hardest points to reach as well. This is Hebbe Falls, a majestic cascading waterfall deep in the dense forests of Karnataka. The entry to the falls closes by 3 p.m, so better to reach early. You also need to take an off-road jeep ride in designated forest department jeeps that costs around 500 per person. And then you need to trek on a trail for about 1.5 kilometers before you finally reach this majestic waterfall. There is a perfect pool of water under the falls where you can take a refreshing dip. You can check out this amazing experience of this waterfall in this vlog that I have linked over here, and you will understand why it's my favorite spot. So these 4 spots which I just mentioned are in a little town called Kemmangundi, which is about 60 kilometers from Chikmagaluru but often visited together. You can cover all of these 4 in one day if you start early. And now the last spot which I am about to recommend is on the other side of Chikmagaluru and can be visited when you are en route from Mysore or Bangalore. So number 9 is the Manjarbad Fort of Sakleshpur. It is a star-shaped fort built by Tipu Sultan, and it's a beautiful sight that you can enjoy along with the rest of Sakleshpur. It's about 60 kilometers away from Chikmagalur. Now that ends the list of the places that I will recommend to you, but needless to say, there are tons of more spots that you could explore. So I have made a Google map for you to refer with all the major and minor spots, places to eat, recommended stays and other info all in a single map. So you can find its link over here or in the description and save it for your later use. Now all this information that I'm providing takes a lot of hard work and time to compile and edit. So if you want to appreciate our efforts, you can use the super thanks button that you can find right under this video and send a small contribution our way that can help us create more such videos and grow this channel. And now coming to the places that I would recommend to eat when in Chikmagaluru. So most of the food joints can be found in or around the town itself. You'll not find a lot of restaurants out in the hills or the popular spots. You'll only find local vendors selling quick bites, fruit and some snacks. And most of the properties that you book will offer you an option to add meals inside your package itself. But other than these options, let me recommend you 4 places that you can enjoy a good time and good food at. So the first place I'll recommend is World of Coffee Experience Cafe. This is a must visit not for its food, but for the coffee experience. This is a unique cafe where you can get an interactive coffee experience. The coffee is fresh and delicious. You can purchase different grinds and other items and also enjoy some quick bites like we did. Now here are 3 more places where you can go for a good food. The second place you can consider is Cafe Agape. The third one is Kalyani Bar, and the fourth one is the City Cafe. Apart from all these, you'll also find a lot of small joints in and around the town where you can grab some quick bites. So now if you have reached so far in this video, please do support us by subscribing. I'm sure you would love more of our adventure vlogs, other destination explainers and other travel content on this channel. Do consider dropping a super thanks if you found this video helpful. I'll be seeing you in our next video. Until then, connect with us on our Instagram @explore the earth, and make sure you always travel responsibly.